I'm Angie with Pilates, and today's exercise is spine twist. Okay, let's get into it. We're going to sit on our mat, legs out in front of us, feet about shoulder width. It could be a little bit wider, it could be a little bit narrower, what feels comfortable. Stack everything up like building blocks over your pelvis. Your pelvis is in neutral, ribs over the pelvis, shoulders over the ribs, head over your shoulders. And you're going to take your arms out wide. Palms could be down, palms could be back. We're going to do the bent arm, so I want to have the palms down. So I'm going to bend my arm and I'm going to rotate to the same side and I'm going to pulse 3 times. Then I'm going to come back to center and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Bending the arm, pulsing 3 times. It's an exhale. Inhale back to center, exhale. Inhale back to center, exhale. Inhale back to center, last one. Inhale back to center, and done. Ways to make spine twist a little bit more accessible. One of the first ways is if you're feeling really tight in your hips sitting on a mat, then absolutely use a blanket to sit up on, or a folded towel, or maybe foam blocks, something that's going to help you lift your hips up a little bit more, that's stable underneath your bum. And then you can go ahead and go with the legs wide. Now, again, maybe legs being long and wide in front of you isn't comfortable. Maybe crisscross applesauce is better. So pick a seated position. You can also bend your knees to make sitting up tall a little bit easier. If you're sitting and you're finding that you are scooped a little bit, raising the hips up is going to help bring everything back into a nice neutral alignment. And then to find that rotation, we're going to cross our arms over the chest. This is what I call the I love you position. So nice and tall, arms crossed, and we're going to just focus on that rotation. So I'm going to exhale and rotate to one side, and I'm going to stop when I feel my weight shift. So because the weight wants to shift onto this sit bone, but I want to keep the weight even across the base of my pelvis. So only going as far as I can maintain that. And I'm going to inhale back to center. Then I'm going to exhale, I'm going to rotate the other way. Again, paying attention to any weight shifting going on. If my legs are moving, then that tells me I am moving my pelvis instead of keeping it anchored down. I want to move the ribs around my spine rather than trying to move the entire body. And we'll come back to center. Let's talk ways to make spine twist more challenging. One of the best ways is to introduce something that's unstable underneath the pelvis. So you could sit on a ball. Might be a little bit more challenging to sit on one of the smaller balls. You could sit on a stability disc. There's the green variety, and then there's a larger blue variety. One of the easiest things is going to be a large stability ball. So when you're sitting up here, the wider your feet are, the easier this is. The closer together they go, the more challenging it is. And then from here, we're just going to do spine twist. So we'll take those arms out, engage the powerhouse, bend the right elbow, rotate right, pulse 3 times, come back to center, bend the left elbow, rotate left, pulse 3 times, come back to center, arms down. Now, maybe you want to take that next level. We're going to omit the pulsing, but we're going to add, lift the heel on the right side, rotate right. So you're lifting the heel on the same side you're rotating. Come back to center, lower the heel, lift the left heel, rotate left. Try not to let that weight shift, sit bone to sit bone. Maybe we go next level. You lift the whole foot without counterbalancing. So try to stabilize, use that powerhouse, float the right foot up. Maybe it's just a hover and then rotate. And you might not go as far, and that's okay. Come back to center, foot comes down, left side, float the left foot up. Rotate left. This is so much harder. Come back to center, left foot down, arms down. So there's some great ways to make spine twist just a little bit more challenging. I hope I've given you some tools you can use in your practice to make spine twist either more accessible or more challenging depending on your path. Now I want to see a video of you doing spine twist. So film a short video and post it to either Facebook or Instagram, tagging us, Pilates, And use the hashtag Real Bodies Doing Pilates, and we'll share your video on our feeds. I'm looking forward to sharing the next exercise with y'all.